Hello and welcome to Rooted in Yad, where I talk about what it's really like living in Jamaica so that you can know what to expect and how to thrive. And today is part 3 of some of the frustrations that you will experience living in Jamaica. Part 1 and 2 will be linked in the description and in the comments, but I created this series in order to prepare you, okay? So when you come to Jamaica, there are going to be some things that if you're not prepared, can really frustrate you. So the point of this series is not to scare you in advance and then you're like, no, I don't want to come anymore. Okay, because I still live here. I love it here. I still live here. Okay, so it's not that bad. But the point of this series is just to prepare you so that you can come here and thrive instead of coming here and feeling frustrated by like all these new things and then all these other things that you're not used to. Okay, so let's get into it. So something else, I guess this is point 7 of the entire series, something else that you will probably get frustrated by is by some of the corruption here. And what I mean by this is I'll give an example. So let's say if you decide to buy a car because you feel brave enough to drive here, and I say feel brave enough because those potholes, listen, if you can drive in Jamaica, you can drive anywhere, okay? But if you are brave enough to drive here and you decide to get a car, at some point, if you are driving the car or you are parked somewhere, at some point, some officer is going to come up to you and tell you something. You parked in the wrong place, you did this, you did that, with the intention to try and chop you some money or try and get some money from you. And if you don't pay, you'll get a ticket instead. Now, usually they're going to ask you things like, what can you do for yourself? And that is code for what can you give me to help yourself get out of this situation? Which means money. It always means money. You know, you may have to fork over some money to get yourself out of a situation, or sometimes in order for you to get your Jamaicans, Lord have mercy. Okay, in order for you to get your Jamaican driver's license, sometimes it's common for people to just buy it, okay? So what I mean here is that like they pay a large amount of money up front, and they still do the test. Like it doesn't make you not do the test. You're still going to do the test, but you paying that large amount of money up front, when you do the test, the person's just going to pass you no matter what you do. And sometimes, okay, if people don't pay that money up front, and they try and do things legitimately, the driving instructors or the people who are doing the test may find reasons to intentionally fail them, right? Because they wanted that money. Now, I'm not saying that this happens all the time, right? Like in terms of the corruption and in terms, like even in terms of the driver's license thing, I'm not saying that it happens all the time, because it doesn't, right? Like I know, or I've heard of people who have passed the Jamaican driver's exam, like as in foreigners, okay? Foreigners who have passed the Jamaican driver's license exam, and they passed it without having to feed into the corruption. But I have also known people where the driving test person has failed them and has done it multiple times because they're like, okay, you're not going to pay me up front. You're not going to pay up front for this. Then I'm just going to fail you multiple times. And then you're going to have to pay for the test, and then do it multiple times until I feel like passing you. You know, that's something to keep in mind. So as I said, again, this corruption stuff doesn't happen all the time, okay? But I'm letting you know in advance because it is common enough. Like experiencing the corruption, if you live here at least 6 months to a year, it's common enough that you're going to experience some sort of foolishness. And I do want to make a note about the driver's license, okay? You do not need to get a Jamaican, I can't talk today. You do not need to get a Jamaican driver's license when you first come here. You don't need to get it right away, okay? Jamaica is very accepting of foreign licenses, so you can drive on your license for up to 6 months here, and then after that, they expect you to either get a Jamaican driver's license or have an international license. However, I do know people who are like in and out of Jamaica every 5-6 months, and they just don't find it necessary because they're in and they're out. It's just not necessary. And some people, they just don't. You're supposed to, right? But some people, they don't. And I don't know, they've been fine. Now, when it comes to the corruption and greasing somebody's palm, okay, I will say that I actually don't mind. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't mind. Like, I understand there are people who say, oh, when you take part in it, you are perpetuating the reason that people keep doing it. I understand. I get it. However, I also need to do what I need to do. Um, and sometimes doing that will help me get out of like a foolishness situation, or sometimes doing that will help to expedite something that would take hours or days or what have you to get done. That shouldn't take that long, but that takes that long. And I'm just trying to expedite it, or I'm just trying to, as I said, get out of like a stupid situation. That's, yeah, that's not really my, it just happened, right? So let me tell you a story. I'm just going to tell you a quick story of one time. I wish, one time I wish that I could have greased somebody's palm, because this situation was one of the most upsetting things I've gone through. I don't know, maybe since being here. It was just very upsetting. And I wish I could have greased somebody's palm to make the issue go away. So what had happened was, okay, my husband and I went to the market here in Montego Bay. Now, what is supposed to happen when you go to the market is that you pay for parking, and the parking is cheap. It's like 150 Jamaican dollars, which is about $1.50 Canadian, right? So you pay for parking, and then you go about your business, spend as long as you need to spend, and then you come back and you leave. However, for many years, okay, that we lived here, many years, we lived here 1 year and then we came back. Anyway, the point is, all the time that we lived here, like, I don't think I ever saw anyone pay for parking. Maybe they paid once, maybe. But the general thing was, people don't pay for parking. They park somewhere along the street. So, maybe see if I can put a picture, but how it kind of works is like there's a street, and at each side of the street you're going to see cars parked, and even if there's cars parked in the parking spaces, there's going to be cars parked behind them, blocking them in. Like, it's just straight down the street, pretty much. People are parked, and that's just what people do. They park, and then they get their stuff, and then they leave. And and sometimes the parking space in the market is full, so sometimes, like, you kind of have to do that because there's literally no more parking. Okay. So as I said, for the longest time, my husband and I have seen people do this. We never saw anybody ever have an issue, okay? However, when we did this, there was an issue. So where we parked, okay, when you enter the street to go into the market, on one side, there is a sign that says no parking, okay? We didn't park on that side. We parked on the opposite side. There was no sign that says you cannot park there, and it actually kind of looked like it was supposed to be a parking space. Like, it was, the way the road was, and we've seen people park there before, we're like, okay, it's fine, we're doing the right thing, right? It doesn't seem it's illegal to park here, we're doing the right thing. So we parked there, and he went to go get something he needed, and I had to go to the shop to get something I needed. Okay. By the time I walked out of the shop, my husband's walking up to me, mad. I'm like, what? I'm like, babe, what happened? Why are you so mad? And he's like, they towed our car. I'm sorry? And he's like, yeah, they towed our car. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, what? We weren't doing anything illegal. There's no sign. He's like, yeah, it didn't matter. I'm like, well, didn't you try to pay them something? Like, didn't you try to grease somebody's palm or something? And he's like, yeah, well, that person that day, they didn't care. They didn't care about any of that. They weren't interested in that. They were just interested in towing our car. And there's nothing we could say or do. They just wanted to tow our car. Like, that person that day just felt like being I don't know. They were just, honestly, the way he described them, they just wanted to be an awful human being that day. And I hope that they got the day they deserved. That's all I will say about that. Yeah, I don't know if they were wrong to tow they were probably wrong to tow our car. There's nothing there that says you cannot park there, as I said. Yeah, for us to get our car out of the place it was towed to, it was like something insane, it was like $250 or something at least. And then, like, the thing is, the place they towed, like the car park they towed it to, like, where you have to go pay, I believe that place closes earlier than other businesses. So, like, you have to, You have to kind of like get there quick. And then if you don't pay that day, the interest rate is insane for the next day. And we had our groceries in the car because he put the groceries in, like he was putting the groceries in the car. As I said, this person didn't care. They just felt like being dumb. So anyway, we had to go walk to our car. We were both angry. I came out of the shop with my stuff. I have stuff in my hand. I think he took some of the stuff. He may have taken some of the stuff from me. And we have to go speed walking to wherever this car is. That took us a good, I don't know, 20, 30, maybe longer minutes to walk there. So we were so angry this day, right? And then what had happened was I don't know, the angels of Jamaica, whoever is looking down, looked down on our situation, and especially how angry I was, because I can get hella angry. They looked down on how angry I was and they said, I see that you're upset and you're frustrated. I am going to sprinkle a little more frustration on you, just so much more that it's just gonna, the anger you're gonna feel, it's just gonna be so comical. This is gonna make for such great comedy for us. Let's do something. Let's put our heads together and do something. So what had happened? What had happened was, as I was walking, we were walking to the place to get our car. A bird, I don't know where the hell it came from, but a bird came and it pooped right on my head, like like right here. And it wasn't just like a regular little spot. It was poop. It went all in my glasses. I believe it went on my clothes. Like it almost got in my mouth. It almost got in my eyes. Like it was one hell of a poop. And I was just, this is what I talk about frustration. The level of, I don't even know. It was like, we had to beg somebody on the street for some water and a tissue, because my husband's like, look at her. Can you please help us? And that person seemed reluctant, but they helped. Yeah, and so I was able to get some of the stuff off so that we could continue on our way. Yeah, so then then we got to the place now, and you know, I'm there asking to speak with the manager or supervisor or something, because I said, listen, there is no sign, there is nothing. There's a sign on the other side of the road that says no, it clearly says no parking. It says no parking and there's cars that are parked there. And the person who towed our car didn't do a damn thing about those cars. No. They chose our car, which there was no parking sign. There was nothing. There's nothing to indicate we couldn't park there. And they chose our car to tow. And there was no explanation. There was nothing. So, you know, I'm there requesting to speak with somebody to explain the situation and say, we shouldn't have to pay this fine. Okay. Conveniently, the manager or the supervisor or whoever the hell it was not available. They were on lunch, and they were on lunch the entire time we were there, which was about maybe an hour or so. They were on lunch. Then even when we were talking to like a clerk or someone about it, they're like, well, even if the supervisor or manager were here, they couldn't really do anything. What you'd have to do is you'd have to appeal to, I don't know if it's the mayor of Montego Bay, it's the head or something of Montego Bay, like the parish of Montego Bay. You'd have to appeal to them, and you can't just appeal to them. You have to go through a JP, a justice of the peace, one who knows them. You can't just go to anyone. You have to go to one who specifically knows them in order to get an audience. Like when I tell you it was some foolishness. So we just had to pay the fine and get back our car. But you can understand now when I talk about the corruption and the foolishness, and then I say, you know what, I'd rather pay somebody to make this go away. Because if I could have paid somebody to make it go away, you best believe I would have. That entire situation, like, it was just, the poop on the head was just like a real comical moment. It was, but also it was very frustrating. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that story there. All of that for one point, but I needed to get the point across that you are going to experience when you come to Jamaica and you live here long enough, which probably ain't even going to be that long, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. You're going to experience something, and you're going to have to shell out money for something. You are going to have to. So to prepare, just walk with some cash on you, okay? It doesn't have to be like a whole heap of cash. Like maybe 3,000 to 5,000 Jamaican dollars, which is about 30 to 50 Canadian dollars. Maybe carry that on you so that you can, at least that, so that you can grease somebody's palm to make a situation go away. Like, especially to make a situation go away, a situation that's absolute foolishness, because you're going to come across some foolishness. It's, I'm telling you, it's just going to be easier. Yeah, okay, you're perpetuating whatever. Okay, Jamaica needs to fix itself. Jamaica needs to fix these processes. Jamaica needs to fix, I guess they're working on it, but it still happens. And it's still, even in different levels. So in the meantime, you got to do what you got to do. Okay? Don't feel bad about it, about what you have to do to get yourself out of a stupid situation. Okay. Now the next point, Lord, this is going to be a longer video. I said I was going to keep it shorter. I'm so sorry, y'all. The next thing that you may get frustrated by or with is the quality of items that you will find here. Okay. In short, poor or poorer quality, high price, or the same price that you would find back in your country of origin for, like, it's the same type of price for a poorer quality product, okay? Now you have to remember, because Jamaica is an island and Jamaica has decided to focus the majority of their industry in tourism instead of other things, there's a lot that Jamaica has to import, right? And unfortunately, what this results in is cheaper quality items from overseas at a higher price here, because you remember they have to import it, right? And you know, they're always going to make sure they get their money. So, you know, one example I'll give you of the cheaper quality, higher price is toilet paper. Now, I don't necessarily know, like toilet paper and garbage bags. I don't necessarily know if the toilet paper is higher price. Sometimes it's a little difficult to figure that out, because sometimes they actually sell it individually, which in Canada, I've never seen it. In Canada, I see them sell the packs. They always sell some packs. In Jamaica, sometimes they sell one roll in plastic. Like literally they're selling one roll. Yeah, the toilet paper. And I know it's like toilet paper and garbage bags. They're like, oh, that's such a small, like toilet paper is going in the toilet. Garbage bags is taking out garbage. Yes, okay. However, I don't know, like one time I was watching this video of I think it was Black Expats and Repacks in Jamaica on YouTube. It's a channel Mocha Moselle is in on YouTube. She's another YouTuber who talks about living in Jamaica. And someone in their chat, their meeting they were having, was asking about good toilet paper. And I thought, like, good toilet paper, who cares? It's just toilet paper. No, I understand. Because the toilet paper, man, it's just cheap. It's just rough. Like, the moment water gets on it, it starts to disintegrate. Like, if you don't want something on your hand when you're wiping, you have to wad up the toilet paper to make sure that doesn't happen. It's very frustrating. I think I did find one toilet paper brand that's slightly better. It's Domino, and it is specifically the super one of Domino. Like, it's a little extra fat. The pack of that, I have found the toilet paper softer, because the toilet paper doesn't just disintegrate, okay? But the toilet paper is also rough. A lot of times it's also rough. Scott's brand tissue toilet paper, I'm going to call out Scott's. They are a big brand here. Their toilet paper is rough. I find it rough on the behind, and yeah, the way it disintegrates. I mean, Domino toilet paper does that too, but in Canada, like, toilet paper is meant to disintegrate, but I've never seen it like that. Like, the moment water touches, like, it goes through how many layers, like, it just rips apart. So anyway, toilet paper, real cheap. Garbage bags, the way the garbage bags are, I don't know, I haven't been able to find better garbage bags maybe, but what I'm complaining about is that the garbage bag doesn't just have an opening. The bottom has a perforation that very easily tears, which means you'll have an opening in the top, and there will literally be an opening in the bottom if you're not careful with how you take that garbage bag out of the packaging. This is why I'm saying this is like the cheapest, like dollar store quality sometimes stuff I've come across. And a lot of times it's not for dollar store price. Another thing here, I tried to get a simple wooden nightstand with 2 drawers. That was about $300 Canadian for that. It was over 30,000 Jamaican dollars. I'm sorry, for a nightstand with 2 drawers. Like, it was a wooden nightstand. I don't know if it was real wood or what, but like the quality wasn't very good. Like, it didn't even have the rails. You know how like you would have the rails on the inside of the drawer. So when you pull out, like there's, there's the rails. Yeah, that's not here. They just have the wooden slots. So when you pull out, when you pull out the drawer, like it comes out and it goes like this. Like it's, even my dresser's like that. And that dresser was more expensive than the nightstand. Yeah, we didn't get it. We didn't get the nightstand. I went and bought one off of Amazon for like, I think it was like $70. It's cheaper now. I checked the other day, it was like $50. Wow, Amazon. It's a cute little nightstand. It's a little, has like the fabric drawers, and then on the top there's the plugs for the, I don't know if you want to charge your phone or something, or you need to plug in something, you can plug in something. So if you're interested in that, I will link that in the description, because it's actually pretty nice. I think we're gonna get another one. But this is what I'm talking about. The quality of some things here may frustrate you. I don't know if it's everything, but it's quite a few things, and things that I didn't expect or think about, like toilet paper. There are just some things here that may frustrate you. So to prepare, okay, if there are some things that you're particular about, like let's say you're particular about your toilet paper, okay, it's better to bring those things with you or ship them here in a barrel, okay? When you come to Jamaica, you are going to have a 1,000 US, yeah, you're gonna have a 1,000 US dollar exemption limit, not Jamaican dollars, okay? 1,000 US dollar exemption limit, right? Which means when you come into the country, they're gonna look at your stuff and determine what your stuff is worth, and so that, they're gonna see, okay, do you need to pay import taxes on the stuff that you're bringing here? If you're just visiting, then you let them know anything that's coming here, anything that's here with me is coming back with me. And you be very clear about that so that they don't try and charge you any taxes. But now that the exemption limit is higher, it used to be lower. Now that it's higher, it's 1,000 US dollars. I guess they'll look at your stuff, and if you're bringing in a barrel, what they have to do is they have to look through your suitcases to determine what your exemption, like what exemption limit you have left, and the exemption limit you have left will apply to the barrels that you have sent down. They're gonna give you a little paper with that exemption limit on it, and it's gonna have some numbers on it. Do not lose that paper. You're not gonna get another one. That paper also only lasts for 2 months, so make sure you ship the barrels right before you leave, so if it takes some time for them to get here, they can get here, and you can still go to the wharf or go to your broker to get things cleared and whatever, so you can pick up your stuff and still have that exemption limit. And that little exemption piece of paper card thing they're going to give you is also going to have certain numbers on it that you're going to need to give to a broker. If you are in Canada, in the Greater Toronto area, or Greater Toronto and surrounding areas, and you need someone to ship your stuff to Jamaica, I have a link. So just hit me up and I will send you my link. I always ship through them. I've never had an issue. And if you need, if you're also, in that same area and you need those 55 gallon blue barrels, I also have a link that's selling them for $35 each. Apparently they go for more than that, like $50 for those same barrels. But my link sells them for $35 each. They are out by Hamilton, so you might have to drive by Hamilton. If you're in Hamilton, you're gonna have to drive a little bit, but they're not gonna be too far from you. But if you want those, I have a link. Just reach out to me. I will give you my link. Okay, now the last thing that I want to talk about very quickly and mention that may frustrate you is when places charge you in US dollars instead of Jamaican dollars. Like, you see what I just said about you having a $1,000 US dollar limit, exemption limit? Why did they not, whatever, it's fine. They didn't do it, maybe because a lot of Jamaicans go to the US and come back and they want to be more fair to them, maybe. But when you come here and you are in Jamaica doing certain things, that may frustrate you to experience in terms of like companies charging you in US dollars. So what usually happens is the resorts, this usually happens with the resorts and restaurants. They are notorious for doing this, especially big restaurants. For example, Pier 1 in Montego Bay, I'm calling you out. They have great fries. The brown stew fish is great. They had also a great cheesecake, but other than that, I try not to go there because of different things like this. So what they actually do, okay, is they have all of their prices on the menu in US dollars. If you, let's say you're American, okay, and you attempt to pay in Jamaican dollars because you're thinking, oh, the Jamaican price will be lower. What they're going to do is they're going to convert the amount, from the US dollar. So instead of saying, okay, this is Jamaican, or you're thinking, okay, you're going to pay in Jamaican dollars, or let's say if they were to charge in Jamaican dollars and you had US dollars, well, that would make it cheaper for you. No. They're not going to do that. They charge in US dollars, and then if you want to pay in Jamaican dollars, they will convert and the price will go up. And this is especially frustrating considering Jamaica is not America, right? And if you are coming from a place that's not America and your dollar is not as strong as America's, like Canada's, that can be very frustrating to you because then the price is going to be even higher than you anticipated. And then, then they expect you to tip on top of all of that. Tipping is a whole other thing. I don't think I'll get into that in this video, but I am not for tipping culture, okay? What I think, it's not that I don't tip. What I think, though, is that companies should be paying their employees a livable wage so that they don't need to survive off of tips, right? And it's especially frustrating when people are paying such a high price for the food already, and then you have to tip. And the thing is, you have to tip because the pay here is so poor, and because also these restaurants and stuff don't pay people a livable wage. So you literally have to pay the company who's supposed to be paying the people from what you're paying them, but you have to pay the company a whole heap of money, and then you also have to pay the people who are working. Like, that's double whammy for you while the company makes their profit. Anyway, that is upsetting to me and my homegirls, so I'm just going to stop it there. Okay, so that is it. This video is long enough. So these are the frustrations that you might experience when you come to Jamaica, either to live or for an extended visit. And as I said before, my goal is not to scare you. Okay, I live here. I love it here. Look, I'm talking all these frustrations, and I'm sitting here in Jamaica telling you about these things, but I still live here. I'm not running back to go nowhere else, okay? This information is to help prepare you. That's the energy I'm coming from. To help prepare you so that you can live here and thrive and not be frustrated. Because all of these things, when I came here the first time, frustrated the hell out of me, and I was like, I can't wait to leave. I can't wait to leave. Can we leave? Can we leave? Because again, I came here and lived here because my husband didn't want to go to Canada. And eventually he got frustrated enough with some things that I could convince him. And look at us, now we're back. What do they say? Long run, short catch, short something. Jamaican will know, put it in the comments. Anyway, so to quickly summarize this video, okay, of what you need to prepare for, number one, corruption is common, okay? Maybe it's not all the time, but it is common enough. It is very common. It is common enough. So because of that, it is best to walk with some cash on you. Don't walk with a whole heap of cash. That's not what I'm saying. I said some, okay? It's best to walk with, you're going to need to walk with some cash on you anyway if you're going to market and stuff, because those places only accept cash. It's a market. It's only going to accept cash. But just walk with some on you just in case you need to get yourself out of a stupid situation or to help things move quicker. Now, the second thing that you need to prepare for is that you will likely find lower quality items here. I don't know if everything's like this, okay, but it's noticeable enough, aka toilet paper, okay? So if you have particular needs, you may want to pack some barrels and ship some stuff here. And then the third thing is to be aware that if you go on, if you go to resorts, if you're living here, are you going to be living on a resort? Probably not. But if you go to larger popular restaurants, you will notice, okay, that they have a tendency to charge in US dollars first. And then if you attempt to pay in local currency, they will convert from the US dollar, and then they will convert that into Jamaican dollar and not the other way around. And it is also likely they will accept US dollars and Jamaican dollars and nothing else, okay? So if you're gonna have to choose one of those. If you don't have, I guess you're gonna be living here, you're gonna have some Jamaican dollars, but initially, if you don't have either one of those, just, make sure you have your bank card because you're probably going to need to use that. They will accept credit card there. I don't know if they're going to charge you a credit card fee. They might. Just keep that in mind, okay? So other than that, I hope that you found this video helpful or informative or at least entertaining. I hope that poop story I shared entertained somebody, because that was a hell of a frustrating situation. And if you do like this stuff, okay, if you do like some of the things I talk about in my videos, don't forget to get your Moving to Jamaica freebies on my site, okay, rootedinyard.com or market.rootedinyard.com. The market part, that's the part specifically that has the freebies. And these freebies were created to help your transition go more smoothly. And also, if you are Jamaican or you're living here, I want to know from you, what else do you find frustrating that you think people need to prepare for? And how do you think they should prepare for it? Share it in the comments and let the people them know. And also share it for me too, because I might learn something. And if you are seriously planning to move here, quick plug, I'm in the process of creating an entire online guide to help you prepare for that. I don't know, maybe it'll be created by the time this video is out, I don't know. But the point is to give you a really good start, a really good foundation of what you need to understand and how you can prepare in order to come here and thrive, and just have like an easy, smooth landing. So it is available for pre-order right now, only for $10. After it's complete, that price is going to raise. So if you're interested, you can get it cheaper. If you pre-order it, you can just go to pre-order it, go to my site. That's linked in the description or in the comments. As well as if you want connection, if you feel you're moving here and you want connection, I do have a membership. There's a Rooted in Yard membership. This is a supportive space for anyone looking to move to Jamaica or move back to Jamaica, for people who want support and connection and clarity. So we will have like weekly or bi-weekly, whatever you guys want. The point is, it's going to be live video chats to, ask questions or just vibe. There will be prompts for reflection, and you will get early access to all of my videos, so you're not going to have to wait for them. And you will also get access to a private community where you can connect with others who are on the same journey as you. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description and in the comments, as I said, or you just go to my site, rootedinyard.com. Something will be there to give you information. Okay, so you like this video. If you like this video, like it. If you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe. I'm also going to be doing a series on dating in Jamaica. If you don't want to miss that, then subscribe if you haven't already. But that is it. I will leave this there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.